There were rumors going around about some abandoned old silo that loomed over the woods. The woods were located in the middle of the field, just dirt alongside the railroad tracks. Not like anyone cares. It's an eerie sight with just sitting there looming over the woods with rust trailing down the sides. Anyways, some rumored to be haunted by some old farmer who hung himself in the silo takes his revenge on anyone who enters. I say this rumor is complete bullshit, especially when one spreading the rumor tries to back up their rumor with the story of some stupid kids who were just curious and went into the silo, never to come back out. Others say that the silo is just a good hangout spot where people would never find them. So with both positive and negative comments, my geek band of friends and I decided to check it out. We decided to enhance the creepiness by choosing to visit the silo in a gloomy, cloudy day. So the day came and my friends, Pete, Meg, and Wes, met at my house since it was alongside the railway. We walked along the railway talking and laughing, having ourselves a good time. Until we saw it. The silo was, of course, just sitting there looming tall over the trees. Curious, we walked towards it as our laughter, along with our talking, died down. The closer we got to it, the colder it felt, as if there was some sort of cold, dark aura irradiating from it, sending shivers down our spines. Hell, Wes even let out a small little yelp. We paced around the circumference ends of the silo, looking for an entrance of some sort. We ended up finding a ladder leading up to the silo. The rungs of the ladder were also handles to open hatches along the side of the structure. All were locked except for one. Though it was stuck, we had to have Pete climb up and open the hatch. Within a few minutes we were inside the silo. Standing in the hay, left there in the center was a large hole. Deep in the hay, it was dark, but we could hear a steady flow of air coming from the bottom. Oddly enough, there was a rope descending down to the hole. Since I was the only one smart enough to actually be prepared for this, took out my flashlight, holding the flashlight in my mouth, and I began to descend. I dropped to the bottom, scanning the small area. Everything seemed safe as I looked at the scattered hay, dirt, and another particular hatch. I beckoned for the others to come down. As I descended, my eye had caught something covering the rope. The color of it was red. I hid my panic and showed the others the hatch I found. Pete opened it, revealing it to be a dark hole. Now the fucked up thing about it was it reeked of death. Others had sensed it too, and of course Wes had whimpered like a little bitch. Meg ended up gaining the courage to take my flashlight and go first into the hole. We followed her and we walked through this dark tunnel for about 10-15 minutes, until Meg had told us we reached another hatch and she opened it. A bright light had filled the tunnel, and that's when we heard it. A piercing shriek followed by the sounds of something running, panting hard, in desperate attempt to avoid the creature that made this horrific shriek. We ran. Once again we were out of the tunnel, and we slammed the hatch shut, attempting to lock it. The sound had stopped in a breathing sigh of relief. All of us had observed our current surroundings. We were in a concrete block which appeared to be an old septic tank, but with an opening at the top. Through that opening we could see the forest above. We began to climb out, and then it happened. Again we heard the damn sound again. Wes wasn't even out of the hole yet. Poor Wes. This creature slammed through the hatch, and a sharp-jawed hand reached out and grasped Wes's legs tight, pulling him into the tunnel. We heard his terrified screams, and then suddenly it stopped. We heard the sharp snapping of bones and the tearing of flesh. The rest of us were frozen in shock. The sound of Wes being killed was revolting. Meg ended up vomiting at the sound. After that, we tried to find our way out of the thicket. We searched for a way out at least an hour, but we concluded that the forest was enclosed in a huge perimeter of barbed wire fencing. We panicked, having no idea what we should do, and realizing that the thing that comes out in the dark. Night was coming fast. In desperate panic, Meg climbed high into a tree, hoping that the thing wouldn't find her. Pete found a small hole in the ground to hide in. Bad idea again. We heard the shriek, and I watched the thing climb out of its home. In my panic, I quickly climbed up a tree and watched Pete sitting in the hole. Also, to my regret, I got a better look at the creature we were facing. It was the most grotesque thing I had ever seen. Its face was mask-like, pale white against the dark skin. The face seemed to have only two dark holes for eyes, and a large smile stretched across the face. After a few moments of observation, I have noticed that it was the mask. A mask was made of Wes's skin face. I was scared shitless as the thing started crawling toward Pete. I sat in the tree, and I watched Pete run in fear, but it was no use since the thing caught up to him instantly. It shoved both hands through Pete's chest and tore him apart with ease. Oh God, its chest opened up, revealing bloody tendrils that wrapped around Pete's head, tearing it off from its mutilated corpse slowly, pulling it into the empty cavity and sealed it shut. The skinned face of Wes had disintegrated and quickly replaced with a mask made from Pete with the same hollow eyes and screwed up smile. It then spoke in a soft raspy voice. I am the Pocket. It proceeded to crawl back into the dwelling. From the other tree I heard Meg crying. I beckoned her to climb down as I climbed down myself and told her we were getting the hell out of this place alive. Hesitantly she climbed down, and I went up to the barbed wire fence and grabbed the wire sharp, spreading it wide enough for someone to climb through. My hands bled, but I ignored the pain as Meg climbed through the opening. Again, the Pocket shrieked in my panic. I hastily crawled through the opening and cut myself up bad. Bleeding, I ran with Meg and I ignored the pain, running until we have reached civilization once again. 10 years passed, Meg and I are happily married. I say were for a reason, the same way I'm telling you this story today. Meg is dead. She died in a horrible death. So horrible the police were called to the scene after a couple going for a walk in the woods found her mutilated, headless corpse lying at the edge of the woods. When I say the word edge, that means it's far from the barbed wire fence. Can only mean that the Pocket is free from its prison. It's free and it's coming straight for me now. I know it is. This is horrible right now. I am looking at our marriage picture, trying to calm myself down with the happy memories. It didn't help, cause in the reflection of the glass, I saw a face slowly coming towards me. Meg's face. It was only eyeless, and had that damn terrifying smile. The Pocket, it's here. It has come to take me. I feel its hands pierce through my chest. At this moment, I realize its prime motive. It killed to free people from hell, and now exists in this world. I had earned that privilege to be free. I smiled.